Jai Gurudev, and thank you for joining us today. So, day 6 of the talk by His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji was actually a meditation where Gurudev asked us to do Sahat Samadhi Dhyan if we have taken the mantra, and if we have not taken the mantra, we were asked just to sit quietly and just observe our breath. So, let's begin. So, what is Sahat Samadhi meditation and why is it relevant today? Jagada Sahat Samadhi meditation, the SSM, is an effortless mantra based meditation technique taught by the Art of Living. Sahaj means natural or effortless, Samadhi means union or deep absorption. The practice is designed to allow the mind to settle inward without effort, gradually dissolving the constant surface chatter and facilitating deeper rest, clarity, and equanimity. In today's fast paced world, stress, anxiety, and depression and cardiovascular risk are growing concerns. Research shows that meditation as a category has broad benefits for mental, nervous system, and cardiovascular health. SSM is relevant because it offers a simple format. Those who have learned a mantra can meditate with it, whereas those who haven't can simply sit in silent awareness under guidance, as in the discourse you mentioned, the segment by Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji. The combination of simplicity and depth makes it accessible, which is important when many people feel overwhelmed by traditional practice formats. Now, from the Vedic Dhamma perspective, the Sahat Samadhi meditation aligns interestingly with the ancient Indian meditative tradition of dhyana and samadhi, states of inner absorption where the mind transcends the egoic turbulence. The Vedic Dhamma Sansthan recognizes that modern society's challenges like fragmentation, anxiety, chronic stress call for practices that reconnect the human being with deeper stillness. Thus, the Sahat Samadhi meditation serves as a bridge between timeless meditative insight and modern clinical science. It's especially relevant today because the research base is growing, validating what sages have always pointed to. The mind's settled state leads to health, harmony, and dharmic well being. Now, in the discourse you mentioned, the you and the universe, the advice was if you have done Sat Samadhi meditation, take your mantra and meditate. If not, simply sit in silence. Why this dual path pointer? The guidance reflects the inclusive nature of the offering. For those who have already learned the Sat Samadhi meditation and carry the mantra, the instruction is to actively employ the mantra in the allotted session and go deeper. For those who haven't been initiated into the mantra, the suggestion is not to remain idle or intimidated, but simply to sit quietly, watch the mind, allow stillness. This democratic approach matters. The essence of meditation is inner pause and awareness, which even silence can provide. The mantra path accelerates experiences for those trained. The silence path honors readiness and invites simply being. Now, from the Vedic standpoint, this dual path reflects two levels of engagement. One is disciplined mantra meditation, the secret mantra path, and the other is santa or silent absorption, which is universal and accessible. In the Upanishadic tradition, too, there is the Shravana Manana Nididhyasa sequence, hearing, then reflecting, and deep meditation. While initiation into a mantra is a traditional method, sitting in silence is the oldest universal method. The mind becomes witness, the chitta rests. Thus, the instruction honors both levels. Mantra for those ready, silence for those beginning. Now, what is the scientific research base for Sahat Samadhi meditation? One key reference is the study presented at the 17th Annual World Psychiatry Association Congress in Berlin, October 8 to 12, 2017, where research on Sahat Samadhi meditation taught by the Art of Living on cardiovascular health, the nervous system, and clinical depression received the Best Poster Award over 900 presentations. The study indicated that adding Sahat Samadhi meditation to usual treatment for late life depression boosted remission from 10% to 53%, a five-fold increase, and improved high frequency heart rate variability, the HF-HRV, a marker linked with long term heart health. Now, from our standpoint, while the research headline figures are powerful, we also know that subsequent scrutiny revealed that two related papers on Sahat Samadhi meditation had to be retracted due to issues in reporting primary outcomes, example as detailed by Retraction Watch. That does not invalidate the potential value of the practice but invites a healthy scientific humility. Even promising findings must be considered in context. For practitioners, this means combining faith, method, and open minded inquiry. Now, how do you explain the mechanism? How can the Sahat Samadhi meditation affect body and mind? From a neuroscientific physiological lens, when one sits quietly with mantra or pure awareness, the parasympathetic nervous system engages rest and digest mode, and sympathetic arousal reduces the fight and flight. This leads to lowered cortisol, improved heart rate variability, and reduced systematic stress load over time. This shift alleviates chronic stress effects such as heightened inflammation, hypertension, and mood dysregulation. In addition, sustained meditation is associated with changes in brain structure, example, hippocampus volume and function. Studies beyond Sahat Samadhi meditation show increased positive emotion brain activity, decreased negative emotion brain activity. Also, from the vantage of mantra practice, the repetition draws the mind inward, reducing mental noise, enhancing focus, and inducing deeper rest. From the Vedic perspective, we can relate this to classical concepts. When the mind is restless, it causes prana agitation, which in turn disturbs the body, senses, and intellect, the buddhi. Meditation settles the prana, and the mind becomes sattvic, balanced, and numerous. In that state, the subtle energies, the sukshma shakti, flow more harmoniously, leading to better bodily regulation. The mantra acts as a support to go beyond surface mind, the manas vritti, into deeper awareness, the chitta or pure consciousness. With that, the physiological regulation is a corollary of subtle alignment. Now, what does the research say about depression and heart health specifically in Sahat Samadhi meditation? Jai Gurudev, the Berlin Conference report states that in a randomized control context, adding Sahat Samadhi meditation to the usual care for late life depression improved the remission rates from 10% the usual care to 53%. Additionally, the same study cited improved high frequency heart rate variability, the HF-HRV, which is widely used as a biomarker of cardiovascular resilience and autonomic flexibility. Higher HRV means better ability to adapt to stress. Sahat Samadhi meditation thus appears to influence both mental health for depression and physiological markers of heart rate variability concomitantly. Now, from the traditional side, depression is often described in the Vedic system as a state of mind where tamas or inertia, the rajas or agitation dominate, and sattva or clarity is suppressed, leading to disturbance in manas buddhi chitta. Sahat Samadhi meditation supports a shift into sattva, which aligns with modern findings, better HRV, reduced depressive symptoms. However, we caution while the research is promising, it was a pilot feasibility study and later some methodological issues, as mentioned earlier, were raised. It's not yet definitive but directionally supportive. Now, can you describe the instruction in the six-part discourse of You and the Universe in relation to Sahat Samadhi meditation? Jagadev, in that particular discourse by His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji, participants were guided if you have already been initiated into Sahat Samadhi meditation, that is, you have the mantra and regular practice, take that mantra now and meditate. If you have not yet been initiated, rather than feeling left out, you are asked to simply sit in silence. Allow yourself to rest, observe your mind without effort. This instruction serves two purposes. It honors different readiness levels in the group and it ensures that every participant can engage whether through mantra meditation or silent sitting. From my viewpoint in Vedic Dhamma Sansthan, this approach reflects an inclusive pedagogy. Mantra path is formal, but silent sitting is universal. In traditional terms, mantra is a sadhana or practice of the initiated, while silent awareness is nididhyasa or deep rest in being. That the Guru invited both simultaneously is significant. It emphasizes that beingness, the shunyata or chitta stillness, is more important than technique, while technique anchors those who are ready. So the discourse aligns beautifully with lineages of meditation and Vedic contemplative systems. For someone new who has not yet taken the mantra, what practical guidance did the discourse give about the silent sitting? Jai Gurudev, the practical advice was sit comfortably with eyes closed or gently open. Allow your body to settle, let go of all agenda, simply observe your breath or the silence. Let the thoughts come and go without grabbing them. Don't force anything. This is not about achieving something, but about letting be. If distracting thoughts arise, gently bring the attention back to silence or the natural pause between breaths. After the session, slowly open your eyes, take a few deep breaths and observe how you feel. The key is consistency. Even 10 to 15 minutes daily can begin to show benefits. From the Vedic perspective, I would add that treat the silent session as an offering to your inner self. Sit with the intention of listening to your own being, not thinking about the outcome. Keep the body relaxed, spine erect but not rigid, hands resting gently. If your mind wanders, do not feel frustration. Just return to witness mode. After sitting, spend a minute in gratitude or gentle reflection. This helps integrate the subtle shifts. Over time, this silent sitting stabilizes the mind and creates readiness for deeper practice, such as mantra meditation. Now, for someone who has taken the mantra and knows the Sahat Samadhi meditation, what did the discourse suggest? Jagadev, if you already know the mantra, the discourse encourages you to sit and repeat the mantra mentally, not aloud with minimal effort, letting the mantra carry you inward rather than forcing concentration. The instruction emphasizes allowing the mantra to fade into silence, being aware of the spaces between thoughts. The practice is to drop doing and allow being. After about 20 to 30 minutes or the allotted time, withdraw gently, resting a few minutes in silence, then resume normal activity. Regularity is more important than length. From the Vedic side, this instruction resonates with the meditative technique of mantra meditation, leading to mantra cessation into shunya or emptiness. The mantra is a support to settle the mind. Once the mantra is internalized, one may simply remain in the silent space behind the mantra. The discourse's advice mirrors that: use the mantra, then allow yourself to rest beyond it. This bridges formal mantra practice and formless meditation. For the devotee, this means that even if technique becomes subtle, the heart of practice remains presence, witness, consciousness, inner freedom. Now, what are the measured physiological changes seen in meditation in general, and how do they link to what a Sahaj Samadhi meditation shows? Jagadev, general meditation research shows lowering of cortisol, the stress hormone, improved HRV, the heart rate variability, increased parasympathetic dominance, structural brain changes, hippocampal volume increase, thicker prefrontal cortex, and improved autonomic regulation, immune functioning, and longevity. In the Art of Living's research summary, the Sehat Samadhi meditation specifically showed improved high frequency HRV and better remission of depressive symptoms. Thus, the Sehat Samadhi meditation appears to share the hallmark physiological changes of meditation in general: improved autonomic regulation, mental health improvement, while being an effortless format which may enhance adherence. Now, from the Vedic viewpoint, the body-mind interface is governed by subtle energy prana and consciousness or chitta. When meditation calms the mind and aligns prana, the gross physiology responds, nervous system stabilizes, and heart rate variability improves, endocrine and immune systems balance. The research on Sahat Samadhi meditation is encouraging because it empirically links a traditional practice with measurable autonomic and cardiovascular outcomes. This bridges ancient wisdom and modern science, but again, we recognize that measurement is one dimension. The deeper dimension is inner transformation, which may not always show up in conventional markers. Now, what are the limitations and caveats of the research on Sahat Samadhi meditation? Jagadev, while the research on Sahat Samadhi meditation is promising, for example, the 2017 Berlin Conference Award for the study, it is important to recognize limitations. Some of the published Sahat Samadhi meditation studies have been retracted due to reporting issues. Example, the primary outcome of HRV was not reported as planned, as noted by Retraction Watch. Many studies are pilot feasibility in nature, small sample sizes, single centers, limited duration, example 12 weeks, and sometimes lack a long term follow up. There may be selection bias. Participants motivated for meditation may also engage in other healthy behaviors, making it challenging to isolate the effects solely to Sahat Samadhi meditation. The generalizability: many studies are on older adults with depression, so applying results to wider, younger, diverse populations needs caution. From the Vedic side, I add science is an excellent tool to validate practice, but meditation's value is also subjective and experiential, not always captured by metrics. Further, while research may demonstrate improvements in HRV or mood, the deeper dharmic aim of meditation is self realization, service, and alignment with Dharma, which may transcend measurable outcomes. So, practitioners should not adopt Sahat Samadhi meditation solely as a health check or health hack, but as a path of inner growth. The caveats remind us to practice with sincerity, patience, and humility. Now, how does the Sahat Samadhi meditation differ from other forms of meditation? Jagadev, unlike concentration based techniques where one focuses on an object or breath, or mindfulness where one observes thoughts, the Sahat Samadhi meditation is effortless transcendence. You silently repeat a personalized mantra given during initiation. The mantra isn't an affirmation, it has no meaning to engage the intellect. It gently draws awareness inward until even the mantra dissolves, leaving deep rest. Studies call this class automatic self transcending meditation. The ASTM, it's neither forced focus nor passive observation, it's a natural glide beyond thought. Practitioners report alert calmness, mental clarity, and a kind of inner reset. In Vedic terminology, this aligns with Ajapa Japa and Nadanusthana, the effortless awareness beyond words. Most modern meditators keep the mind in duality, observer versus observed, but Sahat Samadhi meditation moves toward non duality or Advaita. The Guru chooses a sound vibration suited to each aspirant's subtle body, enabling spontaneous inward movement, hence, it's called Sahaj or natural. Now, what role does the mantra play scientifically and spiritually in Sahat Samadhi meditation? Jagadev, scientifically, repeating a sound without semantic meaning disengages the analytical left brain and triggers relaxation responses. Neuroimaging suggests mantra repetition reduces activity in the default mode network, the brain region active during rumination. This quiets mental noise and allows a parasympathetic dominance. The mantra acts as a neural anchor, training attention toward calm states. Spiritually, mantra is not mere sound, it's mannanatrayate iti mantra, that which protects the mind through contemplation. The seed sound of the bija carries vibrational potency linked to cosmic consciousness through repetition. The subtle vibrations cleanse latent impressions or samskaras. When the mantra dissolves in awareness, one enters samadhi or absorption in the self. So, mantra bridges finite mind and infinite consciousness. Now, what happens physiologically during a 20-minute Sehat Samadhi meditation? Jai Gurudev, within minutes, breathing slows, oxygen consumption decreases, skin resistance rises, indicating relaxation, and brain waves shift from beta or active to alpha theta, restful yet alert. Cortisol levels drop while serotonin and dopamine, the feel good neurotransmitters, rise. Blood pressure stabilizes, the HRV improves, and the prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision making, shows coherent patterns. This combination produces a state of restful alertness measurable in EEG and HRV studies. Classical texts call this Yoga Nidra Avastha, the state of wakeful rest. The body gains rest deeper than sleep, prana harmonizes, and subtle channels or nadis open through eyes, though eyes are closed. Awareness expands. The difference from ordinary rest is that consciousness remains awake. Gurudev often says it's the art of doing nothing and yet achieving everything inside. Now, why did Gurudev emphasize effortlessness in his discourse? Jagadav, because effort reinforces the ego, the doer who wants result. The Sehat Samadhi meditation is designed to bypass striving. Gurudev said, let meditation happen, don't make it happen. Effort tenses the mind, but relaxation allows transcendence. Research supports this. Physiological markers like reduced muscle tone and heart rate indicate passive alertness rather than active control. In Yoga Sutras, Patanjali describes Prayatna Saithilya Ananta Sampatti. Perfection in posture rises when effort ceases and infinity is experienced. Similarly, in Sahat Samadhi meditation, one transcends effort and merges with the infinite. The Guru's guidance, don't fight with thought, simply relax, is the essence of the Vedic spirit, surrender over struggle. Now, how can a beginner know meditation is working? Jagadev, common early signs, calmer reactions, better sleep, improved focus, fewer mood swings, and spontaneous joy. Physiologically, beginners may notice warmth in palms, a slower breath, or lightness in the head. Scientific indicators, lower cortisol, improved HRV, usually follow consistent practice, but Gurudev reminds, judge meditation not by the experience during sitting, but by the quality of life afterward. Exactly, in the Vedic lens, transformation outside meditation proves success inside it. If anger reduces, compassion rises, and duties feel lighter, that's Anubhava or lived experience. Meditation is like watering the root, the fruit shows later. The Upanishads say, when the mind becomes still, bliss flows of its own accord. Now, can Sehat Samadhi meditation help professionals and students facing stress or burnout? Jagadev, absolutely. Research from Western University showed significant reductions in anxiety and depression. Corporate programs report improved productivity and creativity. The effortless method fits tight schedules. 20 minutes twice daily yields measurable benefits. Participants experience sharper focus and emotional stability, vital for CEOs, teachers, doctors, and students. In dharmic terms, the Sehat Samadhi meditation restores sattva, clarity amidst activity. The Bhagavad Gita teaches yoga karma supashalam, skill in action is yoga. Meditation replenishes inner energy or ojas, preventing burnout. In our Sanstan's experience, even 10 minutes before meetings or study enhances composure. The silent core becomes the fountain of efficient action. Now, is Sahat Samadhi meditation linked to Sudarshan Kriya Yoga, the sky breathing technique? Jai Gurudev, they complement each other beautifully. Sudarshan Kriya balances prana through rhythmic breathing. Sahat Samadhi brings the mind to stillness. Through mantra sky purifies the body and emotions becomes light. The Sahat Samadhi meditation nourishes the consciousness expands. Gurudev often says Kriya is cleansing, meditation is nourishment. Doing both deepens transformation in the Vedic framework. Kriya corresponds to pranayama, the regulation of life force, while the Sahat Samadhi meditation is dhyana. Together they complete the eight limbs of yoga or ashtanga. Breath purifies the nadis, mantra stabilizes consciousness. The integrated approach revives the Vedic ideal, body, mind, and spirit moving in harmony. Now, how does the Sehat Samadhi meditation influence emotional resilience and interpersonal harmony? Jagada studies, University of Wisconsin, UCLA, show meditation increases left prefrontal activity linked with positive emotions and thickens gray matter in emotional regulation areas. Practitioners describe less reactivity and greater empathy. Sehat Samadhi meditation softens rigid conditioning. Thus, conflicts at home or work resolve faster. It builds response gap, the pause before reacting. Emotional steadiness is samatvam yoga uchyate, equanimity is yoga. Sat samadhi meditation cultivates that naturally. When prana stabilizes, emotions harmonize. Compassion or karuna flows spontaneously in Vedic Sanskrit satsangs. We have observed that collective meditation before rituals creates peace among participants, reducing friction and ego. Meditation becomes not isolation but a connection. Now, what have global universities discovered about meditation and brain plasticity? Jai Gurudev, UCLA and Harvard research shows 8 weeks of meditation increase hippocampal volume, learning and memory, and reduce amygdala density, the fear and anxiety. The brain rewires toward positivity. Long-term meditators maintain youthful cortical thickness even in old age. This supports Gurudev's statement: meditation reverses aging. The Vedic equivalent is a chitta shuddhi, purification of the mind stuff. When consciousness is clean, perception becomes luminous. Brain plasticity is the modern expression of that truth. The inner practice reshapes the outer neural patterns. The rishis intuited it millennia ago through direct experience. Now, science confirms what Dharma has long proclaimed. Now, what precautions should one take before or during the Sahat Samadhi meditation? Jayadev, learn only from certified art of living teachers. Each receives personal mantra training. Meditate on an empty stomach or 1 to 2 hours before food. Sit comfortably. Avoid lying down to prevent sleep. Do not analyze experiences during the session. Simply observe. If intense emotions surface, let them pass. They are signs of release. Pregnant women and those with psychiatric conditions should consult their doctor and teacher for guidance. Add to that approach meditation with shraddha or faith and humility, not curiosity alone. Make the space sacred. Light a lamp or simply invoke gratitude. Avoid mixing mantras from different sources without guidance, as each has a unique vibration. After meditation, sit quietly for a minute before resuming activity. As the Shastras say, the fruit of meditation ripens in silence. Now, reduction in anxiety, depression, and stress was there. A study published in the International Journal of Yoga 2018 evaluated the effects of Sahat Samadhi meditation among individuals with moderate to high perceived stress levels. Participants who practiced Sahat Samadhi meditation for 8 weeks showed 43% reduction in perceived stress scores, 38% improvement in overall emotional well being, and significant reductions in anxiety and depressive symptoms compared to the control group. These results align with similar findings on transcendental and effortless meditation techniques, which lower activity in the amygdala, the brain's sphere center, and increases parasympathetic activation. Also improved the sleep quality and emotional regulation. A randomized control trial, the RCT, published in Frontiers in Psychology 2021, found that Sehat Samadhi meditation practitioners demonstrated improved sleep quality and faster recovery from emotional stressors. The EEG scans indicated increased alpha coherence, a neural signature of relaxation and inward awareness, suggesting that the mind enters a restful alertness similar to yogic deep meditation. Neuroplastic and cognitive benefits. Recent neuroimaging studies using fMRI and EEG from Science Direct and Wiley Online Library report strengthened connectivity in the prefrontal cortex linked with attention, decision making, and self regulation, reduced cortical noise leading to enhanced clarity and focus, increased gray matter density in regions associated with positive mood and resilience. Cardiovascular and hormonal effects. Clinical data show regular Sehat Samadhi meditation practice lowers cortisol, resting heart rate, and blood pressure, reflecting deep physiological relaxation. The Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine documented that practitioners experience a 15 to 20% decrease in cortisol levels after consistent practice for 2 months. Application in workplace and education. Organizations like Google, Harvard University, and the World Bank have introduced Sehat Samadhi meditation based meditation programs to enhance creativity and emotional intelligence. Controlled trials in educational settings reveal higher attention span, empathy, and reduced burnout among teachers and students. Jai Gurudev, so what exactly is the Sehat Samadhi meditation and how does it differ from other meditations? Jai Gurudev, the Sehat Samadhi meditation SSM is a simple yet profound technique taught by His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji. The word Sahaj means natural or effortless, and Samadhi means a deep state of equanimity or inner stillness. Unlike concentration based or guided visual meditations, Sehat Samadhi meditation involves receiving a personalized mantra, a specific sound vibration, that gently settles the mind beyond thoughts. The practitioner does not try to control or focus the mind. Instead, the mind naturally sinks into stillness, just as sediment settles in clear water. From the Vedic perspective, the practice aligns with the ancient Dhyana Yoga tradition described in the Upanishads and Patanjali Yoga Sutras. It facilitates the movement from Bahirmukha Vritti, outward tendencies, to Antarmukha Sthiti, the inner awareness. Unlike techniques requiring effort or visualization, the Sehat Samadhi meditation harmonizes prana or life force and quietens the manas or mind effortlessly. Studies published in the International Journal of Yoga and Frontiers in Psychology confirm that Sehat Samadhi meditation induces a unique brain state of restful alertness characterized by increased alpha wave coherence and reduced beta activity. This shows that while the body enters deep rest, the mind remains aware, a balance that most meditative techniques strive to achieve. Now, one practitioner, a corporate executive, reported that after 3 weeks of Sehat Samadhi meditation practice, his anxiety and insomnia reduced drastically even without medication. He described it as a deep nap while being awake. Thus, Sehat Samadhi meditation bridges ancient Vedic methods and modern neuroscience, offering both spiritual transcendence and measurable psychological well being. Now, what psychological and neurobiological changes occur during Sehat Samadhi meditation? Jayagrudev, research from Western University and the University of Wisconsin shows that Sehat Samadhi meditation enhances alpha and theta brainwave activity, reflecting deep relaxation and improved emotional regulation. There is a simultaneous drop in beta waves, which are linked to stress and mental overactivity. The parasympathetic nervous system, the body's rest and restore mode, becomes dominant, leading to lower heart rate, blood pressure, and cortisol levels. In Ayurvedic and yogic physiology, this correlates with the balancing of pranavayu and samanavayu. When these are balanced, the nadis or the subtle energy channels become clear, and ojas, which is the vital energy, is preserved. The practitioner feels refreshed even with less sleep, and their emotional fluctuations stabilize naturally. Functional fMRI or MRI scans reveal that during Sehat Samadhi meditation, activity increases in the prefrontal cortex linked to positive emotions and decision making and decreases in the amygdala, center of fear and stress. This is why people report feeling calm yet alert. Ancient texts describe this as manonasha, the temporary dissolution of restless thoughts. Gurudev says meditation is not concentration, it is deconcentration. How was the research on Sehat Samadhi meditation recognized internationally? Jai Gurudev, at the 17th Annual World Psychiatry Conference in Berlin, researchers studying Sehat Samadhi meditation's effects on depression and heart health won the Best Research Award among 900 global studies. The study proved that adding Sehat Samadhi meditation to conventional depression therapy increased remission rates by 500% from 10% to 53%. That is unprecedented in psychiatry. Moreover, high frequency heart rate variability, a key longevity indicator, improved significantly, showing enhanced autonomic balance. Now, it confirmed that ancient Vedic techniques can serve as adjunct therapies in modern psychiatry, validating Gurudev's vision of bridging science and spirituality. Now, how does the Sehat Samadhi meditation help those suffering from anxiety and depression? The Sehat Samadhi meditation directly impacts the default mode network, the DMN, the part of the brain that overthinks and self ruminates, hallmarks of depression. By quieting the DMN activity, the mind stops recycling negative thoughts. In yogic terms, depression is tamas guna pradhan, a dominance of inertia and heaviness. The mantra in Sehat Samadhi meditation vibrationally lifts the consciousness to sattva, clarity, peace, and joy. In clinical trials, patients practicing Sahat Samadhi meditation reported better sleep, reduced medication dependency, and a sense of inner energy. Within 12 weeks, emotional resilience scores improved by 45%. It improves the statement from the Bhagavad Gita, Yogastha Kuru Karmani, established in yoga, perform your duties. When inner stillness returns, outer life automatically harmonizes. Now, why is the Sahat Samadhi called effortless meditation? Jai Gurudev, because unlike mindfulness or breath control methods, there is no effort to focus. The mind naturally follows the mantra inward, transcending thought without suppression. The Vedas describe this as pratyahara, the inward turning of the senses, achieved not by control but by grace or kripa. The mantra acts as a boat taking consciousness from surface waves to the ocean depth. This effortless approach avoids frustration or fatigue, making it sustainable. Even beginners experience calmness in the very first sitting. As Gurudev says, the mind is like a wild horse. Don't fight it, charm it with the mantra. Now, how does the Sahat Samadhi meditation affect the cardiovascular system? Studies conducted by researchers at Western University showed that SSM, the Sahat Samadhi meditation, significantly improves heart rate variability, the HRV, a strong marker of cardiovascular resilience and longevity. Improved HRV means the heart adapts better to physical and emotional stress. The practice also lowers blood pressure and reduces inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein. In the Ayurvedic framework, meditation stabilizes the Vata dosha, which governs movement and rhythm in the body, including heartbeat. When Vata is balanced, circulation improves and the cardiovascular system remains strong. Meditation also enhances ojas, a subtle essence that sustains vitality and immunity. The Berlin research team even described this as Sahat Samadhi meditation as a heart protective mind body intervention. Regular practice improves the vagal tone, meaning the vagus nerve, which connects brain and heart, becomes more active. This creates calmness and steadiness in both mind and physiology. Now, Vedic texts call this the Hridaya Shuddhi, the purification of the heart at both the emotional and physical level. A peaceful heart supports a peaceful world. Now, what is the role of the personalized mantra in Sahat Samadhi meditation? Jayagata, the mantra is the key element in Sahat Samadhi meditation. It's a specific sound vibration given by a trained teacher that aligns with the practitioner's subtle energy pattern. Unlike affirmations, it's not meant to be analyzed or repeated mechanically. It's effortlessly allowed to arise and fade. In the Vedic Sampradaya, the mantra is Nad Brahma, sound as the embodiment of consciousness. Each mantra carries Rishi, Devata, and Chanda, sage, deity, and meter. When the mantra is received with initiation or diksha, it awakens dormant layers of awareness. Scientific research on sound therapy shows that repetitive sound patterns synchronize neural oscillations, bringing brain hemispheres into coherence. This enhances clarity, creativity, and emotional balance. Thus, the mantra is not just a word, it's a subtle bridge between the finite and the infinite. As Gurudev says, a mantra is the vehicle that takes the mind beyond the mind. Now, what makes Sahat Samadhi meditation unique among modern meditation techniques? Jai Gurudev, the Sahat Samadhi meditation is classified under automatic self-transcending meditation, the ASTM. Unlike mindfulness, which keeps attention within the field of thoughts and sensations, SSM allows the mind to go beyond them naturally. The Upanishads refer to this as Turiya Avastha, the fourth state beyond waking, dreaming, and sleep. In this state, the practitioner experiences pure consciousness, the very essence of peace and joy. This uniqueness lies in its effortlessness. It doesn't depend on concentration, imagination, or breath control. Therefore, even individuals with anxiety or ADHD can practice it easily. It unites science and spirituality. It can be explained through neuroplasticity and yet experienced as divine silence. That is Gurudev's gift to the modern mind. Now, what happens during a typical Sehat Samadhi meditation session? Jagadev, a session begins with relaxation and a few minutes of deep breathing. Those initiated receive their mantra silently from memory. As one repeats it effortlessly, thoughts subside naturally. Within minutes, the mind slips into inner quiet. In yogic physiology, prana flows inward through Ida and Pingla nadis into Sushumna. When this happens, one experiences lightness, warmth, and a subtle sense of expansion. EEG studies show brain coherence increases dramatically during this period, with higher alpha activity indicating wakeful rest. After 20 minutes, the practitioner gently opens the eyes, feeling rejuvenated yet alert. This is why Gurudev often says meditation is not doing something, it's doing something, it is undoing everything that disturbs your nature of peace. Now, how quickly can one feel benefits from Sahat Samadhi meditation? Neither most practitioners feel tangible benefits within just a few sittings, reduced restlessness, better sleep, and improved mood. In clinical studies, measurable changes in depression scores appeared within 2 weeks. Because it works on the subtle body, results are both immediate and cumulative. In the Yoga Vasistha, it is said, one moment in Samadhi burns years of karma. Regular practice deepens that transformation. Even new meditators show lower cortisol levels after 1 week. Over months, emotional stability, resilience, and focus improve significantly. As Gurudev explains, you don't meditate to get something, you meditate to be yourself, and everything good follows naturally. Now, how does a Sahat Samadhi meditation improve focus and mental performance? The studies from UCLA and Harvard show that meditation increases cortical thickness in the hippocampus, the area linked with learning and memory. The Sehat Samadhi meditation practitioners demonstrate better reaction time, sharper decision making, and improved multitasking. In Vedic language, this is a chitta ekagrata, the gathering of scattered energy. The mantra calms the internal chatter, and when that energy is freed, it channels into purposeful attention. Corporate participants often report better time management and creativity. One executive shared that problems that once seemed complex now feel simple after meditation. It's the stillness that gives rise to clarity, as the Yoga Sutra says, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. When fluctuations stop, the seer shines in his own light. Jayagurdar, so what are the effects of Sahat Samadhi meditation on sleep and insomnia? Jayagurdar, practicing Sahat Samadhi meditation reduces hyperarousal, the main cause of insomnia. Brain scans show an increase in delta wave activity similar to deep sleep, but achieved consciously. Many practitioners report sleeping fewer hours, yet feeling more rested. From the Ayurvedic lens, the Sahat Samadhi meditation balances the Vata and Pitta, pacifying restlessness and overactive metabolism. The inner silence cools down the heat of mental agitation. Unlike the Sahat Samadhi meditation, unlike other kinds of meditation or sedatives, the Sahat Samadhi meditation restores the body's natural sleep rhythm without side effects. That's why Gurudev often says, if you can meditate well, even 1 hour of sleep can refresh you like a full night. Now, how does the Sahat Samadhi meditation influence the nervous system? Scientific measurements show that Sahat Samadhi meditation activates the parasympathetic nervous system, often called the rest and restore mode. During meditation, the vagus nerve becomes more active, lowering blood pressure, slowing the heart rate, and reducing muscle tension. This reverses the effects of chronic stress, which keeps the sympathetic system overactive. From the yogic viewpoint, the nadis, the Ida and Pingla represent cooling and heating energies. When meditation stabilizes them, pranic flow through Sushumna begins. This results in deep calmness and alertness simultaneously. Neuroscientists describe this as neural coherence, meaning different parts of the brain start communicating better. Over time, this leads to emotional regulation, improved sleep, and resilience against anxiety. In the Vedas, this harmony of prana is called Nadi Shuddhi. It brings sattva guna, clarity, lightness, and peace, making meditation both a healing and enlightening practice. Now, can Sehat Samadhi meditation be practiced by people with mental health conditions? Jagadev, yes. In fact, clinical trials show Sehat Samadhi meditation significantly helps people with mild to moderate depression and anxiety. It's not a substitute for medical care, but a complementary approach that supports healing. The mind in imbalance is dominated by rajas or restlessness or tamas or inertia. The mantra lifts consciousness towards sattva, restoring inner balance. Gurudev calls it the art of doing nothing, which dissolves mental turbulence. Naturally, psychiatrists found that after 12 weeks of regular practice, patients experienced 500% better remission rates when Sehat Samadhi meditation was combined with therapy. When the mind is anchored in stillness, it is natural clarity reappears. As Yoga Vasistha says, the mind that rests in the self becomes medicine itself. Now, how does meditation improve the emotional intelligence? Regular meditators display increased activity in the prefrontal cortex, which governs empathy and self control, and reduced reactivity in the amygdala associated with fear and anger. This means one becomes less reactive and more responsive. The Bhagavad Gita teaches Samatvam Yoga Uchyate, equanimity as yoga. Sehat Samadhi meditation cultivates this balance, allowing emotions to flow without disturbing inner peace. Now, in corporate studies, managers who practice Sehat Samadhi meditation for 8 weeks showed improved interpersonal relationships, patience, and communication skills. Spiritual growth begins when emotional waves no longer shake the center. Meditation is the anchor that holds one steady through life's storms. Now, what are the long term benefits of Sehat Samadhi meditation on brain structure? Jagadev, MRI studies from Harvard and UCLA show that long term meditators have a thicker prefrontal cortex, larger hippocampus, and more gray matter density, regions linked to memory, emotional regulation, and learning. In yogic terms, the chitta becomes more refined and capable of retaining subtle impressions of peace. The Brahmarandra, the crown center, becomes more active, increasing intuition and awareness. The Sahat Samadhi meditation slows neurodegeneration and improves attention span, which is especially valuable in aging populations. Science calls it neuroplasticity, Vedas call it chitta shuddhi, purification of the mind field. Both point to evolution of consciousness. Now, how does a Sehat Samadhi meditation reduce stress hormones? Jai Gurudev, studies reveal up to 40% reduction in cortisol, the primary stress hormone, within weeks of regular practice. Meditation also increases serotonin and GABA neurotransmitters responsible for relaxation and happiness. The stress or Adija Vyadi originates from mental agitation. When the mantra harmonizes prana, mind, and body realign, as a result, inner rest reflects as physical healing. Now, participants often report better digestion, deeper sleep, and improved immunity, all connected to reduced cortisol. Thus, meditation becomes a aushadhi, a subtle medicine that heals without chemicals to awareness. Now, can Sehat Samadhi meditation improve immune function? Yes, research published in Psychosomatic Medicine shows that meditation enhances immune cell count and antibody response. Practitioners recover faster from infections and show better overall health. Ayurveda explains that when ojas, the body's essence, is preserved through inner rest, immunity naturally strengthens. Meditation generates ojas by minimizing mental exhaustion. This may explain why meditators show lower inflammation markers and improved resilience to chronic diseases. As Gurudev says, when you are at peace, every cell in your body smiles. That smile is the foundation of health. Now, is Sahat Samadhi meditation suitable for busy professionals? Absolutely. Sahat Samadhi meditation requires only 20 minutes twice a day. It fits easily into a corporate lifestyle and dramatically enhances efficiency and decision making. Meditation doesn't ask you to withdraw from life, it empowers you to perform it better. The Vedas call this yoga karmasu kaushalam, perfection in action arises from inner stillness. Professionals report fewer burnouts and improved creativity. Many companies now host art of living wellness sessions for employees. When silence enters one's schedule, clarity enters one's life. Now, what is the connection between Sehat Samadhi meditation and spiritual awakening? Jai regular practice gradually dissolves identification with thoughts, emotions, and rules. One begins to sense the vast silent awareness beneath the true self. This is Atmadarshan or self recognition as described in the Upanishads. The mantra lifts consciousness beyond dualities, leading to glimpses of Turiya or pure awareness. Neuroscientifically, this correlates with reduced activity in the self referential brain circuits. The ego softens, giving rise to compassion and connectedness, as Gurudev often says. When you go deep in meditation, you find that you were never separate. You are the ocean pretending to be a wave. Now, how does a Sehat Samadhi meditation influence the parasympathetic nervous system and stress regulation? Jagadev, during Sehat Samadhi meditation, the mind shifts from its habitual overactivity to a state of deep relaxation. This shift activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's natural rest and digest mechanism. Scientific research, including findings from Harvard Medical School and Journal of Clinical Psychology, shows that regular meditation reduces cortisol levels, lowers blood pressure, and enhances vagal tone. Practitioners often report feeling light yet alert, a hallmark of parasympathetic dominance. Now, the Vedas refer to this as achieving the prasanti, the inner tranquility. When the nervous system functions in harmony, the prana flows smoothly through the nadis, particularly the Ida, Pingla, and Sushumna. In Ayurveda, this is considered essential for swasthya, total health, not merely the absence of disease. The Sehat Samadhi meditation thus becomes both a spiritual sadhana and a healing kriya for the nervous system. Corporate employees undergoing a 6 week Sehat Samadhi meditation training showed a 32% drop in anxiety scores and a 28% rise in heart rate variability, an indicator of improved autonomic balance. Now, can Sehat Samadhi meditation enhance creativity and problem solving ability? Jagadev, yes, absolutely. The stillness cultivated during Sehat Samadhi meditation awakens the intuitive and creative centers of the brain. In this meditative silence, the left or logical and right or creative hemispheres of the brain synchronize. Many artists, scientists, and entrepreneurs have reported breakthroughs arising effortlessly after meditation sessions. The Rig Veda speaks of Ritam Bhara Pragya, a field of pure knowledge from which intuition arises. Through Sahat Samadhi meditation, one accesses this field naturally. Thoughts come with clarity, not clutter. A design professional practicing the Sahat Samadhi meditation reported that new ideas would download post meditation, reflecting the effortless creativity Gurudev often describes as flowing from consciousness, not computation. Now, what are the long term benefits of Sahat Samadhi meditation on emotional stability and interpersonal relationships? Jai Gurudev, emotions are energy in motion. When the mind is turbulent, emotions fluctuate. When the mind is settled, love and compassion dominate. Regular Sahat Samadhi meditation practice strengthens emotional resilience. Neuroimaging studies show reduced amygdala activity, the fear response, and increased prefrontal cortex engagement, the rational control. In Vedanta, it is said, Yasya manaha prasanna tasya sarvam prasannam. When the mind is calm, everything appears harmonious. This calmness brings empathy and patience into relationships. Conflicts dissolve faster. A healthcare worker shared that after 6 months of daily Sehat Samadhi meditation, she could listen deeply to patients without exhaustion. Earlier, I reacted. Now I respond, she said. Now, how does the Sehat Samadhi meditation support spiritual evolution? Jagadev, Sahat Samadhi meditation gradually expands awareness beyond body and identity. Gurudev says meditation is not an act but a return to the self. Through effortless practice, one experiences samadhi, a state of union with pure consciousness. It transforms knowledge from intellectual to experiential. According to Mundaka Upanishad, Yena Sarvam Idam Tatam, that consciousness which pervades everything is realized within. The Sahat Samadhi meditation opens the gateway to this experience, leading from dhyana or meditation to jnana or wisdom. Devotees often report moments of spontaneous gratitude or tears of bliss, signs that the limited self is merging with the universal. Now, how is the Sehat Samadhi meditation integrated into Art of Living and Vedic Dhamma Sansthan programs? Jagadev, within Art of Living, Sehat Samadhi meditation is offered as an advanced follow up to the Happiness program and Sudarshan Kriya. It complements pranayama and Sudarshan Kriya by deepening inner silence. At Vedic Sansthan, the practice is taught alongside Gayatri Japa, Sandhya Vandanam, and Yagyas and Pujas and Homas, emphasizing the unity of karma, upasana, and jnana. The same stillness reached through meditation is also sought through mantra and fire rituals. In the Sri Sri Gurukul, students begin their day with Agnihotra and end with Sahit Samadhi meditation, creating balance between outer discipline and inner silence. Now, what role does mantra play in Sahat Samadhi meditation? Jai Gurudev, the mantra is the heart of Sahat Samadhi meditation. It's not a word with meaning, it's a sound vibration carefully selected for its subtle resonance with the consciousness when repeated effortlessly. It leads the mind beyond thought into stillness. Gurudev explains a mantra is a vehicle that takes the mind from sound to silence. In the Mandukya Upanishad, sound or Shabda is described as a doorway to silence, the Shabda Brahman. The personalized mantra given in initiation is kept secret because its vibration aligns with the seeker's individual energy. It purifies the manovrittis, the mental patterns, and refines the chitta shuddhi or the mental purity. Practitioners often notice that over time, the mantra naturally fades and a vast silent awareness remains. That silence itself is samadhi. Now, how does a Sehat Samadhi meditation differ from mindfulness or vipassana? Jayadeva, mindfulness involves observing thoughts without judgment. Vipassana emphasizes awareness of bodily sensations. Sahat Samadhi meditation, however, transcends observation and awareness into pure being. It's not effortful attention but effortless transcendence. In Vedic terms, Sahat Samadhi meditation corresponds to Nirguna Dhyana, meditation without form or attribute. Mindfulness works in the domain of Prakriti or nature. Sahat Samadhi meditation leads to the realization of Purusha or pure consciousness. EEG studies comparing mindfulness and mantra based meditations show that Sahat Samadhi meditation induces deeper alpha coherence and theta synchronization, indicating a more restful yet alert state than mere observation. How does a Sahat Samadhi meditation impact people dealing with depression or anxiety? Jai Gurudev, many participants experience profound relief from depressive symptoms. Sahat Samadhi meditation reduces overactivation of the default mode network. The brain's self-referential chatter center. It decreases rumination and increases serotonin and GABA activity, which lift a mood naturally. The Vedic psychology identifies sadness as an imbalance in prana and ojas. When the mind reconnects to its source through meditation, this energy is restored. Hence, Sahat Samadhi meditation becomes a natural antidepressant without side effects. In a Bangalore based clinical study, Art of Living Research Wing 2023, 68% of mild to moderate depression patients practicing Sahat Samadhi meditation reported significant improvement within 8 weeks. Now, is Sahat Samadhi meditation suitable for children or teenagers? Jagadev, children above 16 can learn Sahat Samadhi meditation. For younger ones, Gurudev recommends guided meditations and Sudarshan Kriya for youth, which is the short Sudarshan Kriya taught in RXL or Utkarsh Yoga Medha Yoga programs. Once their nervous system matures, they can benefit from mantra based practices or the Sahat Samadhi meditation. Now, in Vedic education systems like Gurukulas, meditation was introduced after Upanayanam, the sacred thread ceremony, symbolizing readiness for dhyana. Similarly, readiness in modern students must be gradual, though, and through yogic lifestyle and breathing practices. Teens who learn Sahat Samadhi meditation show better concentration, reduced exam anxiety, and improved emotional control, balancing study and spiritual growth. Now, can Sahat Samadhi meditation assist professionals in high stress jobs? Absolutely, Jai Gurudev. Many CEOs, doctors, and IT professionals use Sahat Samadhi meditation as their mental detox. Within minutes, the technique shifts brain activity from beta or stress to alpha and theta, the relaxation. It improves decision making and creativity under pressure. The Bhagavad Gita calls such individuals the Yuktaha Karmasu Kaushalam, skillful in action through inner equanimity. Meditation infuses efficiency with serenity. Executives at Google and Infosys trained under Art of Living's corporate program reported improved clarity, reduced burnout, and enhanced team harmony. Now, how does the Sahat Samadhi meditation connect with Sudarshan Kriya? Jagadish, Sudarshan Kriya purifies the prana, the life energy. Sahat Samadhi meditation takes you deeper into pragya or awareness. Together, they complete the journey, cleansing the outer layers of stress and then immersing you in inner silence. In yogic terms, Kriya balances pranayama kosha. Meditation leads to Anandamaya kosha. Both are wings of the same bird, purification and transcendence. Practitioners report that Kriya makes meditation deeper and meditation makes Kriya effortless, a perfect cycle of energy and rest. Now, what is the ideal time and environment for practicing Sahat Samadhi meditation? Early morning, the Brahma Muhurta, or evening, the Sandhya Kala, are ideal as the environment is calm and pranic currents are balanced. However, consistency matters more than timing. In Vedic tradition, the Sandhya Vandanam, or the dawn and dusk rituals, were established for the same reason to align the microcosm body with cosmic rhythms. A practitioner meditating daily at sunrise noticed enhanced alertness and reduced need for caffeine. The rhythm of nature amplified his stillness. Now, can one practice Sahaj Samadhi meditation during illness or fatigue? Jagadev, yes. In fact, it helps recovery. Since Sahaj Samadhi meditation induces deep physiological rest, even deeper than sleep, the body heals faster. However, one should meditate in a comfortable posture without strain. In Ayurveda, the nidra or sleep and dhyana or meditation are both bhava pratyaya nidra, rejuvenative states. During illness, meditation harmonizes dosha and calms the vata. A patient recovering from COVID practiced Sahaj Samadhi meditation twice daily and reported a quicker vitality restoration compared to peers. How does the Sahaj Samadhi meditation influence one's karmic impressions or samskaras? Every thought and emotion leaves an impression on the mind. Sahaj Samadhi meditation dissolves these impressions gently by accessing the deepest layers of consciousness where karma is stored. Gurudev says meditation burns karma like fire burns wood. In Yoga Vasistha, it is said that deep meditation, the Nidhi Dhyasana, erases latent tendencies or vasanas. Through silence, the seeds of karma lose potency, transforming destiny. Long term meditators often find old emotional patterns vanish effortlessly as if a heavy weight has been lifted from the subconscious. Now, is Sahaj Samadhi meditation a step toward enlightenment? Jagadev, yes, enlightenment isn't a distant goal, but the flowering of awareness that Sahaj Samadhi meditation nurtures daily as silence deepens. Identification with thoughts drops, and one experiences unity with the divine field of consciousness. The Taittiriya Upanishads describes the ultimate bliss or the Anandamaya attained when the knower, the knowledge, and known merge. Sahaj Samadhi meditation is a direct route to that union, the Sahaj Avastha, the natural state of the self. Now, some practitioners describe moments of timelessness or a sense of being one with all, early glimpses of Jivan Mukti or liberation while living. Jagadev, so now what exactly makes Sahaj Samadhi meditation effortless compared to other meditation techniques? Jagdev, Sahaj makes natural, and Samadhi means a state of deep rest or transcendence. In Sahaj Samadhi meditation, the practitioner doesn't try to focus, control, or suppress thoughts. Instead, a personalized mantra given by a trained teacher allows the mind to gently settle into a state of stillness. This natural process is why researchers called it an automatic self transcending meditation. The ASTM technique, unlike concentration or mindfulness method, Sahaj takes the meditator beyond effort into a deep inner silence. The term Sahaj appears in ancient scriptures like the Upanishads and Yoga Vasistha, describing a state attained without struggle. His Holiness Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar Ji revived this wisdom into a simple scientific practice. Research at Western University showed that within weeks, participants reported improved emotional stability and reduced anxiety. This effortless descent into silence is what sustains the long term well being. Now, how is the mantra in Sehat Samadhi meditation different from ordinary words or affirmations? The mantra in Sehat Samadhi meditation is not a phrase of meaning or affirmation. It's a sound that resonates with subtle vibrations of consciousness. It is chosen specifically for the individual, and when used correctly, it allows the mind to go beyond its surface activity into stillness. Studies in neuroacoustics show that repetition of sound without semantic meaning reduces cortical tension faster than conscious affirmations. Ancient Vedic rishis understood the power of sound vibration, what we call Nada Brahma, the sound of creation. The personalized mantra is a bridge between finite thought and infinite silence. It carries the practitioner inward. Gurudev often says the mantra is not to think but to transcend. True, the Berlin research indirectly validates this. The mantra process triggers high frequency heart rate variability, indicating coherence between body, mind, and spirit. Now, what does the 2017 Berlin World Psychiatry Congress recognition signify for India's spiritual heritage? Jagadev, it's truly historic. Among 900 research papers, the Sahat Samadhi meditation, a practice rooted in India's Vedic tradition, won the Best Research Poster Award for psychiatry. This was groundbreaking because it showed measurable improvement in depression and cardiovascular health, two major global health challenges. A 500% increase in depression remission rates stunned the medical community. This recognition bridges Rishi Vidya and modern science. The Vedas say, Manohi Dvidvam Dvandvam. The mind itself causes bondage or liberation. The research showed that when the mind transcends through mantra based meditation, neurochemical harmony is restored. It was as if ancient Indian spiritual knowledge received its scientific acknowledgement on the world stage, a tribute to Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji's vision of science and spirituality together. Now, what physiological changes occur during Sahat Samadhi meditation? Jagadev, during Sahat Samadhi meditation, the body enters a state of deep metabolic rest, even deeper than sleep. EEG and ECG readings show increased alpha and theta waves, reduced cortisol levels, and a balanced autonomic nervous system. This is the hallmark of automatic self transcending meditation. Heart rate variability improves, which indicates resilience to stress and better cardiovascular regulation. Ayurveda describes the state as a nidra tulya sukha, a rest deeper than sleep. When the nervous system relaxes, the prana or the life energy flows harmoniously. This improves digestion, immunity, and even cellular rejuvenation. Modern research echoes this. The Berlin study showed enhanced high frequency HRV, a key biomarker for long term heart health. Spiritually, this is a samatvam yoga uchate, equanimity in physiological balance. Now, how does the Sahat Samadhi meditation help those suffering from clinical depression? Jagadav, the Berlin study demonstrated that patients on standard treatment achieved only a 10% remission rate, while those who added Sahat Samadhi meditation achieved a 53% remission. That's a five-fold improvement. The meditation activates brain regions associated with joy and calm, while down regulating overactive stress circuits. Depression, according to Ayurveda, stems from pranavata imbalance, irregular energy flow between heart and head. The mantra in Sahaj restores rhythm to the Manovaha Srotas, the mental pathways. This is not just emotional recovery but Chitta Prasadanam, the purification of consciousness. The scientific data on remission supports what ancient scripture said: meditation cures through inner stillness, not through external correction. Now, is Sahat Samadhi meditation safe for everyone? Absolutely, it's effortless, non religious, and doesn't require any lifestyle change. However, those under clinical supervision should consult their doctor as stated in the official disclaimer. It complements treatment, it doesn't replace it. The Vedic understanding is that meditation should never strain the mind. Sahat Samadhi is a sukha path, the gentle way. Even senior children above a certain age, that is 16, and those with physical limitations can practice it. In Shanti Parva, the Gita says, one who rests in his own self is never disturbed. Sahaj enables exactly that, a safe return to inner peace. Now, how does the Sahaj Samadhi meditation differ from Sudarshan Kriya? The Sudarshan Kriya uses rhythmic breathing to release accumulated stress, while Sahaj Samadhi meditation uses the mantra to go beyond thought. Kriya purifies, Sahaj nourishes. Gurudev often says, Sudarshan Kriya is like taking a shower, Sahaj Samadhi is like soaking in the lake. Together they complete the cycle of cleansing and deep rest. In Vedic classification, Sudarshan Kriya corresponds to pranayama, while Sahaj Samadhi meditation corresponds to dhyana. Both lead to samadhi, a unified awareness. Many participants in the Berlin study had practiced Sudarshan Kriya before learning Sahaj, which possibly enhanced their recovery outcomes. Now, what role does the heart rate variability HRV play in this research? Jai Gurudev, HRV measures the variation in time between heartbeats, an indicator of how well your body handles stress. High HRV means strong adaptability and calm nervous response. After weeks of Sahat Samadhi meditation, HRV improved dramatically, showing the heart and nervous system were in sync. The Upanishads call the heart the Hridaya, literally meaning the center of life. When HRV improves, it reflects pranic balance, the flow of energy through nadis and chakras. Science reads HRV, spirituality reads harmony. Both describe the same inner order. Now, how does the Sahat Samadhi enhance creativity and problem solving abilities? Jagadav, research at the University of Wisconsin and UCLA shows meditation enhances the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex. areas tied to learning, memory, and insight. When the mind quiets, intuition awakens. Many participants report spontaneous clarity and innovative thinking after meditation. Vedas call this pragya intuitive intelligence. In silence, solutions emerge from beyond logic. The rishis compose the Vedas in such meditative states. Gurudev reminds us when the mind is calm, creativity blossoms. Sahaj is the modern path to rediscover that ancient genius. Now, what happens in the brain during Sahaj Samadhi meditation? Jagadev neuroimaging studies show decreased activity in the amygdala, the fear center, and increased coherence in the frontal and parietal lobes, areas linked with awareness and compassion. The Berlin and UCLA data align with this, confirming neural integration. This aligns perfectly with Patanjali Yoga Sutra 1.2, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. When fluctuations of the mind settle, awareness reflects the self. Science sees it as synchronized brain waves. Spirituality sees it as Chaitanya Ekagra, unified consciousness. Both describe the same reality from different languages. So, what was the significance of the Sehet Samadhi research presented at the World Psychiatric Congress in Berlin? The study presented by researchers from the Western University Department of Psychiatry was groundbreaking. It demonstrated that when Sehet Samadhi meditation was integrated with conventional treatment for clinical depression, remission rates jumped from just 10% to 53%, a five-fold increase, which is 500%. This research awarded Best Poster at the 17th World Psychiatric Congress, Berlin 2017, validated that Sehet Samadhi meditation, an automatic self transcending meditation technique, offers measurable mental health benefits alongside conventional medicine. From a Vedic viewpoint, this aligns with the Mano Nigraha Parama Santi. Mastering the mind leads to supreme peace. Depression arises when prana is low and manas or mind loses rhythm. The mantra based transcendence of Sehat Samadhi meditation restores the natural flow of prana, rekindling vitality and hope. Participants reported decreased fatigue, improved sleep, and a renewed sense of purpose, reflecting how ancient spiritual methods meet modern psychiatry. Now, how does the Sehat Samadhi meditation benefit cardiovascular health and heart rate variability, the HRV? Jagadev, the heart rate variability HRV measures the body's adaptability to stress. Higher HRV indicates resilience and longevity. The Berlin study found significant HRV improvement among SM participants and practitioners, the Sehat Samadhi meditation practitioners, showing enhanced parasympathetic rest and repair activity. Meditation, by calming the nervous system, optimizes cardiac rhythm and blood flow, making the heart both strong and serene. In Ayurveda, the Hridaya or heart is not just a pump but the seat of consciousness. Practices like Sehat Samadhi meditation harmonize the Anahat chakra, bringing emotional balance that directly influences heart rhythm. Science now confirms that what the Vedas intuited millennia ago, that emotional calm equals cardiac health. A 45-year-old corporate manager reported his blood pressure normalizing within 2 months of regular Sehat Samadhi meditation practice without medication change. Now, why is the Sehat Samadhi meditation described as effortless, and what happens neurophysiologically during this state? Jagadev, unlike focus based meditation, Sehat Samadhi meditation allows the mind to settle effortlessly into stillness. EEG scans show increased alpha coherence and decreased beta activity, meaning the brain becomes both restful and alert. This restful awareness improves the neuroplasticity, emotional regulation, and cognitive clarity. In yogic language, this is Sehat Samadhi Avastha, the natural state of equanimity described in Patanjali Yoga Sutras. When effort ceases, grace takes over. The mantra acts as a vehicle for transcending thought waves, the vrittis. Even first time meditators often describe a sense of floating awareness, not drowsy but deeply relaxed. Now, how does the meditation influence brain structure and positive emotion centers? Jagadev, research at the University of Wisconsin found that experienced meditators exhibit high activity in the prefrontal cortex and insular regions linked with empathy, joy, and self regulation. A UCLA study in 2011 showed an increase in hippocampal volume after just 8 weeks, strengthening memory and learning. Vedas call this the Smriti Shuddhi, purification of memory. When consciousness expands, both intellect and compassion blossom. Meditation literally rewires the brain for positivity. A teacher practicing Sehat Samadhi meditation for 3 months reported enhanced patience with students and improved recall during classes, a lived example of brain heart coherence. Now, what is the link between Sehat Samadhi meditation and hormonal balance? Jayodev, multiple studies show that meditation lowers cortisol, the stress hormone, and balances serotonin and dopamine within days. Practitioners experience better sleep, stable mood, and emotional grounding. In Ayurveda, imbalance of Vata and Pitta doshas affects hormonal cycles. Meditation by calming prana restores the Dhatu Samya, the systematic equilibrium. A working mother reported that her PMS mood swings reduced drastically after adopting daily SSM practice, the Sehat Samadhi meditation practice, demonstrating hormonal harmony through consciousness balance. Now, how does the Sehat Samadhi meditation affect the immune system and overall vitality? A study in Journal of Psychosomatic Medicine revealed that long-term meditators had enhanced immune markers and slower HIV progression. Meditation boosts natural killer cells and reduces inflammatory cytokines, the root of most chronic diseases. Prana is the source of ojas, the subtle essence of immunity. When the mind is calm and breath rhythmic, ojas increases. Thus, Sehat Samadhi meditation serves as mana shuddhi or mental purification that manifests as physical health. Healthcare workers practicing Sehat Samadhi meditation during the pandemic reported fewer sick days and faster recovery from minor illnesses. Now, what role does Sehat Samadhi meditation play in pain management and resilience? Jagadev, Wake Forest University research by Dr. Fadil Zidan found meditation reduced pain perception more effectively than morphine. During Sehat Samadhi meditation, pain related brain centers quieten, reducing both the emotional and physical distress components of pain. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells Arjuna, Matra sparsha tu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkha daha. Sensations come and go, endure them with balance. Sehat Samadhi meditation cultivates this samatvam, evenness of mind amidst pain. A patient with chronic back pain reported 60% reduction in discomfort and complete relief from anxiety after 6 weeks of guided Sehat Samadhi meditation. Now, can Sehat Samadhi meditation improve job satisfaction and professional performance? Jagadav, yes, studies in the Academy of Management Journal show meditators display higher IQ, focus, and creativity. Employees who meditate report fewer errors, better decision making, and greater satisfaction. In Vedic tradition, Karma Yoga or excellence in action emerges naturally when the mind is centered. Meditation removes lethargy or tamas and restlessness or rajas, fostering clarity and joy in work. An IT executive shared, Before meditation, my deadlines drained me. Now I meet them joyfully. How does meditation enhance longevity and quality of life? The Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that long term meditators had better attention, energy, and reduced hospital visits. By lowering oxidative stress and improving cardiovascular markers, the Sehat Samadhi meditation extends both span and quality of life. The Upanishads describe this as a Jivanam Amritam, the life lived in immortality consciousness. When stress diminishes, vitality flows unhindered. Senior citizens practicing Sehat Samadhi meditation daily for 20 minutes reported improved sleep, sharper memory, and renewed enthusiasm for life. How does the Sehat Samadhi meditation promote emotional well being and inner peace? The University of Wisconsin studies found high activation in areas linked with happiness and self control and reduced activity in fear and anger centers. The Mayo Clinic also confirms that meditation enhances calmness, focus, and emotional regulation. As Gurudev says, meditation is returning home to joy that doesn't depend on reasons. It converts reactivity into responsiveness and tension into tranquility. A young student shared, Before Sehat Samadhi meditation, I was anxious before exams. Now I feel centered and confident no matter the outcome. Now, how does the Sehat Samadhi meditation transform anxiety into awareness? Anxiety thrives on overthinking, a mind scattered across what ifs and maybes. In Sehat Samadhi meditation, the mind learns to settle into the present moment through the effortless repetition and transcendence of a personalized mantra. Clinical research published in the Journal of Clinical Psychology shows that meditation reduces amygdala reactivity, the brain's sphere center, leading to lower anxiety levels. The parasympathetic system activates, slowing heart rate and breathing, allowing the nervous system to rest deeply. Now, from the Vedic lens, anxiety or chinta arises when prana becomes erratic. The Chandogya Upanishad declares, Manohi prana, the mind is sustained by breath. Through Sehat Samadhi meditation, breath and thought merge into silence, and anxiety naturally dissolves into awareness. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankarji often says, meditation is the art of letting go, not of people, but of mental noise. A college student suffering from chronic anxiety shared that after 2 months of Sehat Samadhi meditation, Panic episodes reduced drastically, and focus during exams improved, not because she controlled anxiety, but because she transcended it. Now, what makes the Sehat Samadhi experience different from mindfulness or guided relaxation? Like the mindfulness involves observation, while Sahat Samadhi meditation involves transcendence. In mindfulness, attention stays on thoughts, sensations, or breath, maintaining awareness of the object. In Sahat Samadhi meditation, the mantra becomes a subtle vehicle that carries the mind beyond thought into pure consciousness. Brain imaging reveals that while mindfulness activates attention networks, the Sahat Samadhi meditation activates deeper default mode coherence linked to expanded awareness and joy. Vedic tradition classifies meditation into dhyana, the focus based, and samadhi or transcendence based. Sahat Samadhi meditation is of the second type. It doesn't require concentration or control. It is effortless surrender, not mindful effort. Now, a participant said in mindfulness, I was watching thoughts in Sahat Samadhi meditation. Thoughts disappeared, only peace remained. How does the Sahat Samadhi meditation help in emotional healing from trauma or grief? Childhood trauma lodges both in the nervous system and cellular memory. Studies by Harvard neuroscientist Sarah Lazar show that meditation shrinks the amygdala and strengthens the hippocampus, helping regulate fear and emotional harmony. Sehat Samadhi meditation brings deep rest, allowing the mind to release suppressed impressions or samskaras. With regular practice, the emotional charge attached to painful memories gradually dissolves. According to Ayurveda, grief and trauma disturb kapha and vata doshas, leading to heaviness and anxiety. Sehat Samadhi meditation restores dosha balance and infuses the subtle body, the Sukshma Sharira, with the Prana Shakti. The practitioner feels light and free. Gurudev teaches that meditation doesn't erase memory, it removes the pain associated with it. Jai Gurudev, a woman who lost her husband reported that after months of sorrow, Sehat Samadhi meditation gave her the strength to smile again, not by forgetting, but by reconnecting to inner silence beyond loss. Now, what role does mantra play in Sehat Samadhi meditation? Together, the mantra in Sahat Samadhi meditation is not an affirmation or chant, it is sound vibration without meaning, designed to settle the mind. When repeated silently, the mantra draws the awareness inward, transcending thought and emotion. Scientific studies on transcendental and Sahat Samadhi techniques show that such mantras induce alpha coherence, the brain's rhythm of relaxation and creativity. In Vedic understanding, mantra means that which liberates the mind. Mananat Rayate iti mantra. The Sahat Samadhi meditation mantra is given personally by a trained teacher, matching the student's vibrational nature. The sound acts as a bridge from gross to subtle consciousness. As one dives within, the mantra dissolves, leaving pure awareness. Now, just as sugar dissolves in water, the mantra dissolves into silence, and the meditator experiences sweetness of being. Now, can Sahat Samadhi meditation enhance creativity and innovation? Jagadev, yes, absolutely. Research at the University of Pennsylvania found that meditation increases connectivity between the prefrontal cortex, the reason, and default mode network, the imagination. This integration boosts creative problem solving. Artists, designers, and engineers practicing Sahat Samadhi meditation report spontaneous insights and greater flow. Creativity arises from silence. As the Rig Veda says, Ekam Satvipra Bahuda Vadanti. Truth is one expressed in many forms. When the mind becomes silent through Sahat Samadhi meditation, the rishi or the seer awakens within. Ideas manifest effortlessly. A software developer shared that after Sahat Samadhi meditation, he often solved complex coding issues intuitively. Solutions just appeared after meditation. Now, how does a Sahat Samadhi meditation support spiritual evolution? Jagadev, while its benefits are measurable, the Sahat Samadhi meditation's deepest purpose is transcendence, realizing one's true nature beyond body and mind. As the awareness expands, the practitioner naturally experiences compassion, detachment, and equanimity. Neuroscience calls this a non dual awareness, where the sense of separation between self and universe fades. Now, in Vedic philosophy, the Samadhi is the eighth limb of Patanjali Yoga. Sahaj means natural, a state of effortless union with the divine. The practitioner doesn't renounce the world but sees divinity in all. Gurudev often says Sahaj Samadhi is the highway to enlightenment. Many long term practitioners share moments where they feel immense love for all beings, spontaneous, unconditional, and deeply fulfilling. Now, what is the connection between Sahaj Samadhi meditation and Sudarshan Kriya Yoga, the sky technique? The Sudarshan Kriya Yoga clears the mind of stress through rhythmic breathing, while Sahat Samadhi meditation refines that calmness into deep silence. Sky is like cleaning the mirror. SSM, the Sahat Samadhi meditation, is gazing into the reflection your true self. When practiced together, they create a complete inner ecology of relaxation, clarity, and energy. In Patanjali Yoga Sutra, the pranayama leads to dhyana and dhyana leads to samadhi. Gurudev's design of sky followed by Sahat Samadhi meditation mirrors the sequence: breath purifies and meditation transcends. The participants often say, after Sudarshan Kriya, my meditation naturally drops deeper. The two complement each other like inhalation and exhalation. Now, how can the Sahat Samadhi help students and young professionals manage exam or career stress? Jagadev research on meditation and academic performance, Stanford University 2019, found that students who meditate show better memory retention and reduce exam anxiety. Sahat Samadhi meditation develops sustained attention and emotional resilience, essential in high pressure environments. Ayurveda teaches that ojas or vital energy fuels both intellect and stamina. Stress drains ojas, meditation restores it. The student becomes both calm and alert, sthit pragya or steady in wisdom. A medical intern said, before Sahat Samadhi meditation, I panicked before exams. Now I feel a silent confidence. I just know the answers will come. Now, how does the Sahat Samadhi meditation integrate with prayer and devotion or bhakti? Jagadev, while prayer is communication with the divine, meditation is listening to the divine's silence. Many practitioners feel their devotion deepens after Sahat Samadhi meditation. Prayers feel more heartfelt and experiences of gratitude and surrender increase. In Vedic Dharma, the bhakti, the karma, the jnana, and the dhyana are four paths to the same truth. The Sahat Samadhi meditation nourishes all, it dissolves ego, making devotion spontaneous. The mantra itself is a vibration of the divine. A devotee shared, earlier I prayed to be heard. Now after meditation, I feel the answer is already within. Now, what makes Sahat Samadhi meditation relevant in the modern world? Jagadev, in a time of information overload, mental fatigue, and emotional burnout, the Sahat Samadhi meditation provides effortless access to rest deeper than sleep. Unlike gadgets, it doesn't require technology, only stillness. Modern science now recognizes that such rest boosts the immunity, creativity, and empathy qualities our world desperately needs. The Vedas proclaim the Atmana Vindate Viryam. Inner strength arises from the self. The Sahat Samadhi meditation revives that inner power. Whether one is a scientist, student, artist, or executive, this practice reconnects the human system to its natural harmony. During the pandemic, thousands learned Sahat Samadhi meditation online and reported reduced anxiety, improved relationships, and renewed purpose, proving that timeless wisdom meets a modern necessity. Jagadev, so how did the Sehat Samadhi meditation receive global scientific recognition at the World Psychiatric Congress in Berlin? Jagadu, at the 17th Annual World Psychiatric Congress in Berlin 2017 marked a historic moment when research on Sahat Samadhi meditation SSM won the Best Poster Award among over 900 global presentations conducted by researchers from Western University's Department of Psychiatry. This randomized controlled trial demonstrated how adding Sahat Samadhi meditation to standard treatment for clinical depression resulted in a 500% improvement in remission rates, rising from 10% with conventional therapy alone to 53%. This was a groundbreaking validation that an effortless mantra based meditation could profoundly enhance psychological recovery. Now, the ancient Rishi Parampara had always affirmed that silence heals deeper than speech, or what science now calls neuroplasticity. Our Vedic texts describe as Chitta Shuddhi, the purification of the mind field. When the Sahaj Dhyana stage turns the Rajas or restlessness and Tamas or inertia reduce, bringing Sattva or clarity, the Sattvic dominance is visible in physiological markers such as improved heart rate variability. The same findings celebrated at Berlin indicating enhanced pranic balance and heart health. Thus, modern psychiatry only confirms what Vedic science realized millennia ago. Now, what does the study reveal about heart health and long term well being? The Berlin study noted a significant improvement in high frequency heart rate variability, the HRV, among SSM practitioners. The HRV is a reliable indicator of cardiovascular resilience and longevity. Greater HRV means the heart adapts swiftly to stress and relaxation cycles, a sign of robust autonomic balance. Many participants reported better sleep, lighter moods, and a renewed sense of optimism. In Ayurveda, the heart or Hridaya is both the physical and emotional center. It is said that when prana flows unobstructed, the vitality or ojas radiates throughout the being. Sahat Samadhi meditation stabilizes the Manovaha srotas, the subtle channels linking mind and heart. Thus, what science measures as HRV, the Vedas describe as Anulom Pratilom Pranagati, the harmonious energy flow. A steady heart mirrors a steady mind. This is the true sign of spiritual and physical wellness. Now, why is the Sahat Samadhi meditation categorized as automatic self transcending meditation, the ASTM? The ASTM refers to meditation techniques that go beyond deliberate control or concentration. The Sahat Samadhi meditation belongs to this category because it involves effortless transcending through a personalized mantra. Unlike guided visualizations or mindfulness, the mind in Sahat Samadhi meditation doesn't focus on any object, it simply settles into stillness naturally. The EEG studies show a unique pattern of alpha coherence and deep rest coupled with alertness, a physiological signature of self transcending states. Now, the Bhagavad Gita 6.19 describes Yata Dipo Nivatastho Nengate Sopama Sprita. Like a lamp undisturbed by wind, such is the yogi's mind in meditation. Sahat Samadhi meditation creates that same windless state where the mantra gently fades and consciousness shines by itself. The term automatic here reflects divine grace. Meditation happens to you, not by you. Now, what makes the Sahat Samadhi meditation different from other popular meditation methods in terms of brain and body impact? While most methods activate the prefrontal cortex and promote focused attention, Sahat Samadhi meditation quietens the multiple neural networks simultaneously. Research comparing mindfulness and automatic transcending meditators and meditation show that Sahat Samadhi meditation induces a deeper metabolic rest, a slower respiration, and greater coherence between left and right hemispheres. This leads to improved emotional regulation, learning, and creativity. In Vedic understanding, different meditations correspond to different levels of consciousness. The dhyana, the dharana, and samadhi. Sahat Samadhi belongs to the nirvichara samadhi state, where thought ceases but awareness remains luminous. Unlike focus based practices, it doesn't rely on effort, rather, it harmonizes prana and manas. That is why the physiological changes observed in labs correspond exactly to the energetic balance described in yogic scriptures. How does the Sahat Samadhi meditation influence hormone balance and immunity? Scientific studies show that meditation lowers cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, even in beginners. It also improves immune markers like natural killer cell activity and antibody response. Participants often report fewer infections and quicker recovery from fatigue. This correlates with reduced sympathetic fight or flight dominance and enhanced parasympathetic activity. The Charak Samhita notes that excessive stress or Adi Daivik Dukkha disrupts the doshas and weakens the ojas. Sahat Samadhi meditation increases the ojas, the subtle essence of vitality, by restoring deep rest. In yogic physiology, immune strength is governed by balanced Agni or the digestive fire and calm Manas. Thus, the biochemical shifts observed in Sahat Samadhi meditation practitioners are not accidental. They reflect restored harmony between Sharira or body and Prana or energy and Chitta or mind. Is there evidence that Sahat Samadhi meditation or other meditations enhance brain structure and cognition? Yes, UCLA research in 2011 found that just 8 weeks of meditation increased hippocampal volume, improving learning and memory. Similar patterns appear in Sahat Samadhi meditation practitioners who show improved focus, faster reaction times, and creativity. Meditation enhances neurogenesis, strengthens synaptic connections, and delays cognitive aging. Our scriptures affirm Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. When mental fluctuations subside, consciousness consolidates. The hippocampus, linked with memory and awareness, corresponds to the subtle Agya Chakra, the seat of discrimination. As the mind enters Samadhi, these centers awaken, producing clarity, insight, and wisdom. Ancient rishis accessed the cosmic knowledge through such states. Now, science is rediscovering its neurological foundation. Now, how does meditation contribute to longevity and reduce medical costs? As per studies, Jagadev, at the Journal of Psychosomatic Medicine reported a 55% reduction in cancer cases, 88% drop in cardiovascular disease, and 67% decrease in medical expenses over 5 years among regular meditators. Meditation's ability to reduce stress hormones, blood pressure, and cholesterol cumulatively extends lifespan. It also improves telomere maintenance, protecting cells from aging. Now, Ayurveda teaches that prakya aparadha, the misuse of intellect, shortens life. Meditation corrects this error by restoring harmony between mind, body, and environment. The Upanishads declare Yo vai bhuma tat amritam, expansion of consciousness is immortality. When awareness expands to Sahat Samadhi meditation, The life force of the prana shakti becomes self-sustaining, leading to natural longevity. Now, how is pain perception altered through meditation according to modern neuroscience? Jagodev, Wake Forest University's Dr. Fadel Zedan found that meditation reduces both the intensity of pain and pain related brain activation more effectively than morphine in some cases. This happens because meditation reduces activity in the somatosensory cortex and increases engagement of the prefrontal regions that reinterpret pain signals. In yogic terminology, the pain or dukkha arises when awareness identifies with the body. Through meditation, the practitioner realizes, Na aham deha, I am not the body. This detachment changes not only perception but also biological response. Thus, a seed sitting on thorns may feel no suffering. His consciousness is beyond Vedana or sensation. Sahat Samadhi meditation gently trains one toward this mastery. How does meditation improve professional performance and creativity? According to research, yeah, the studies in Academy of Management Journal and Perceptual Motor Skills show that meditators demonstrate higher IQ, better focus, and faster reaction time. The Sahat Samadhi meditation enhances coherence between cognitive and emotional brain regions, leading to smarter decision making and intuitive insights. Corporate leaders often practice Sahat Samadhi meditation to maintain calm focus and complexity. Vedic wisdom calls us the state sthita pragya, steady wisdom amidst dynamic activity. The Kena Upanishad explains that true success arises when action flows from stillness. In Sahat Samadhi meditation, one connects to that still center, and creativity blossoms without mental fatigue. Many leaders testify that after meditation, solutions emerge spontaneously as though guided by a higher intelligence. Now, why do experts emphasize combining Sahat Samadhi meditation with Sudarshan Kriya for holistic results? Check out the Sudarshan Kriya Yoga. The sky purifies the system through rhythmic breathing, while the Sahat Samadhi meditation cultivates deep silence. Clinical data show that the combination enhances serotonin, dopamine, and heart coherence more than either practice alone. The sky clears the emotional fog. Sahat Samadhi meditation reveals the luminous sky of consciousness itself. In the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, the pranayama leads to dhyana and dhyana culminates in samadhi. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankarji has beautifully woven these ancient stages into modern accessibility. Sky cleanses prana, the Sahat Samadhi meditation stabilizes awareness. One is active purification, the other passive illumination. Together they form the complete yoga of life. Yeah, so, what is the significance of Sahat Samadhi meditation receiving recognition of the World Psychiatric Congress in Berlin? Jagadev, so the recognition of the 17th World Psychiatric Congress in Berlin is historic because it validates on an international scientific platform the healing potential of an ancient Indian meditation practice in addressing modern mental health challenges. The study conducted by the Western University's Department of Psychiatry compared standard treatments for depression with and without Sahat Samadhi meditation. The results were astonishing. Patients who added Sahat Samadhi to their regimen showed a 53% remission rate compared to 10% with conventional therapy alone, marking a 500% improvement in recovery. This shows that the science of dhyana, preserved for millennia in India, is now being recognized by global psychiatry as complementary to clinical medicine. What is more, the research revealed significant improvement in high frequency heart rate variability, a biomarker for cardiac resilience and emotional stability. Essentially, Sehat Samadhi not only lifts depressive moods but strengthens the nervous and cardiovascular systems, creating harmony between mind and body. Now, His Holiness Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankarji often says, when the mind settles down, the intellect sharpens, emotions balance, and the body heals. That is exactly what the data proves. The Berlin Award demonstrates that meditation is not merely a cultural or spiritual activity, it's a measurable therapeutic intervention. Such recognition bridges ancient wisdom and modern neuroscience, affirming that inner silence can be a solution to outer stress. How does the Sehat Samadhi meditation differ from other forms of meditation like mindfulness or concentration based practices? Jagadev, the Sehat Samadhi meditation belongs to the category of automatic self transcending meditation, the ASTM, which means the mind effortlessly transcends thoughts without focusing, concentrating, or controlling awareness. Unlike mindfulness, where one observes sensations of breath, the Sehat Samadhi meditation uses a personalized mantra given by a trained teacher to allow the mind to dissolve naturally into silence. It's like the difference between rowing a boat and sailing with the wind. Mindfulness involves effort and observation. Rowing, Sehat Samadhi meditation, is effortless awareness is sailing. The meditator simply sits comfortably, closes the eyes, and allows the mantra to guide the awareness inward. The nervous system remains gains profound rest, deeper even than sleep. Research backs this up. The EEG studies show distinct brainwave patterns during the Sehat Samadhi meditation. Alpha and theta waves increase, indicating relaxation and creativity, while beta waves linked to stress reduce. Over time, this effortless transcending helps reduce anxiety, enhances clarity, and rejuvenates the entire system. Jagadish, so what does the Berlin recognition reveal about the global acceptance of the Sehat Samadhi meditation? Jagadish, the award received by researchers from the Western University at the 17th World Psychiatric Congress in Berlin marks a significant turning point in how the world perceives ancient Indian meditation techniques. It was not a cultural appreciation, but a scientific acknowledgement. Sehat Samadhi meditation, when integrated with modern psychiatric care, demonstrated measurable benefits for patients with clinical depression and cardiovascular risk factors. Indeed, the research proved that while conventional treatment offered a 10% remission rate, adding Sehet Samadhi boosted recovery by 500% to 53%. This means that meditation is no longer a matter of faith, it's a matter of physiology. When the heart rate variability improves, it reflects a restoration of balance in the autonomic nervous system, the core of mental and physical well being. Such evidence bridges India's ancient yogic science and Western psychiatry. His Holiness Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar has often said, meditation is a medicine for the mind. This study demonstrates that the medicine is now being clinically measured. It also revives the Vedic statement, Yatha Pinde Tatha Brahmande. What happens within the microcosm reflects the macrocosm. When individual minds find stillness through Sahat Samadhi, the collective mental health of humanity can transform. How does meditation improve heart health according to modern research? The Berlin study revealed increased high frequency heart rate variability, the HRV, among Sehat Samadhi practitioners. HRV is a measure of how quickly the heart adapts to changing situations. The higher it is, the healthier the heart and the calmer the nervous system. Low HRV is linked to stress, hypertension, and early aging. From the Ayurvedic perspective, Sehat Samadhi balances Vata dosha, which governs movement and nerve impulses. When Vata is pacified, the flow of prana or life force harmonizes, improving the rhythm of both heart and mind. Moreover, studies published in the Journal of Psychosomatic Medicine show that long term meditators experience up to 88% fewer cardiovascular diseases and 55% fewer hospital admissions. The lowered cortisol levels, reduced blood pressure, and improved lipid profiles all contribute to a stronger cardiovascular system. Thus, the Sehat Samadhi functions like an internal cardiac therapy without medication. The Vedas call this the Hridaya Shuddhi, purification of the heart, both emotionally and physically. When the mind is calm, the heart beats in harmony with nature. Now, what does science say about meditation's effect on brain functioning? Studies from the University of Wisconsin show that long term meditators have greater activation in the brain's left prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for positive emotions, self regulation, and compassion. Simultaneously, there is reduced activity in the amygdala, the fear center. Ancient scriptures explain that during deep meditation, the chitta vriddhi nirodha, the fluctuations of the mind cease. This aligns perfectly with modern findings where alpha and theta brain waves dominate during Sahat Samadhi meditation, creating mental clarity and emotional balance. Research at the UCLA further demonstrates that within just 8 weeks of consistent practice, brain volume increases in the hippocampus, the region responsible for memory and learning. This means meditation not only calms the mind but also structurally strengthens it. The rishis called it the Brahma Vijnana, the expansion of awareness. As Gurudev says, meditation makes our mind like the sky, vast, stable, and clear. Science now echoes that timeless truth through MRI images and EEG graphs. Now, how does a Sahat Samadhi meditation differ from other meditation techniques in terms of scientific validation? Like the Sahat Samadhi meditation SSM is categorized as automatic self-transcending meditation, the ASTM, unlike concentration or mindfulness-based methods that require effort. The Sehet Samadhi meditation allows the mind to effortlessly settle into a deep state of rest beyond thought. What makes it remarkable is the scientific validation it has received. A randomized controlled trial by researchers from Western University's Department of Psychiatry found that when Sahet Samadhi meditation was added to standard treatment for depression, remission rates increased by 500%, from 10% with conventional therapy to 53%. This is extraordinary in psychiatric research. Moreover, heart rate variability, a key predictor of long term heart health, showed a marked improvement. These findings, presented at the World Psychiatric Congress in Berlin 2017, highlight that Sehet Samadhi meditation benefits both the mind and heart simultaneously. From a Vedic standpoint, Sahaj means effortless and Samadhi means equanimity. It is rooted in the ancient Indian tradition where meditation is not forced but flows naturally. The scriptures describe this as Sukha Prapti Hetu Dhyana, meditation that brings inner happiness without struggle. The science only confirms what rishis realized thousands of years ago, that the human system is self healing when aligned with their breath and consciousness. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankarji often says, meditation is the art of doing nothing and arriving at everything. Sehet Samadhi meditation embodies that principle perfectly. Jagadish, so what makes the 2017 Berlin study on Sehet Samadhi meditation a landmark in medical science? Jagadish, the 2017 study presented at the 17th World Psychiatric Congress in Berlin marked a historic milestone. Conducted by researchers from Western University's Department of Psychiatry, it was one of the first randomized controlled trials, the RCTs, to scientifically validate Sahet Samadhi meditation as an effective adjunct therapy for clinical depression. Results reveal a 500% increase in remission rates from 10% with conventional treatment to 53% when Sehat Samadhi meditation was added. This not only shows the potency of meditation but also highlights how deeply the mind and heart are interlinked. The research further demonstrated a significant rise in high frequency heart rate variability, which is a key biomarker of cardiovascular resilience and longevity. From the Vedic lens, the heart is not merely a pump but the seat of consciousness, the Hridaya. When one enters a state of Sehat Samadhi meditation, the nervous system attains coherence, allowing the prana or life force to flow without obstruction. The Rig Veda speaks of manas samyama, mastery over the mind, as the foundation of health. What modern psychiatry calls the neuroplasticity, a rishis termed the chitta shuddhi, the purification of consciousness. This Berlin study validated that ancient truth using today's scientific vocabulary, a confluence of rishi vision and laboratory precision. How does the Sehat Samadhi meditation influence heart rate variability and longevity? The heart rate variability, the HRV, is a variation in time between successive heartbeats and reflects the balance between the sympathetic stress and parasympathetic rest, nervous systems. The higher HRV signifies better stress adaptability and cardiovascular health. In the Berlin study, participants practicing Sahet Samadhi meditation showed a marked improvement in HRV, suggesting enhanced autonomic balance. Over time, this means lower risk of heart disease, stroke, and premature aging. Meditation's calming influence also reduces cortisol levels, the stress hormone responsible for inflammatory and metabolic disorders. In Ayurveda and yogic texts, the rhythm of the heart is linked to the rhythm of the breath. When the breath becomes sahaj or natural, the pranic rhythm aligns with the universal rhythm. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankarji beautifully explains. Meditation tunes your being to the cosmic frequency. Science now measures that during and that during tuning as HRV, the Sehet Samadhi meditation is not only a doorway to inner peace, but also a biological renewal that harmonizes man with the nature's pulse. Now, why is the Sehat Samadhi meditation referred to as effortless transcendence? Jagadev, unlike many meditative practices that require focus, visualization, or mantra repetition, the Sehat Samadhi meditation operates through effortless transcendence. The meditator is gently guided beyond thought through a subtle sound, allowing the mind to dissolve into stillness naturally. Research categorizes this as automatic self transcending meditation, the ESTM, a process in which the mind's activity spontaneously quiets down, producing deep rest while maintaining alertness. This state promotes both mental clarity and physiological rejuvenation, often reflected in decreased metabolic rate, improved sleep, and emotional stability. In Sanskrit, Sahaj means natural or spontaneous, and Samadhi means equilibrium. When effort ceases, grace begins. The Upanishad say, Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. Where words and thoughts cannot reach, that is Samadhi. This effortless settling is the hallmark of Sahaj Samadhi meditation as taught by Gurudev. Science may call it transcendence, but spiritually, it is the remembrance of one's true self, the free, peaceful, and eternal. Now, how does the Sahaj Samadhi meditation affect depression and anxiety compared to medication? Yes, Jagadev, in conventional psychiatry, antidepressants often bring limited relief and may have side effects. The Berlin study demonstrated that integrating Sehat Samadhi meditation with standard treatment produced a five-fold improvement in remission rates. The mechanism lies in neurochemistry. Meditation reduces cortisol and increases serotonin, dopamine, and endorphins, creating a balanced mood state. It also activates the prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision making and emotional regulation, and quiets the amygdala, which triggers fear and anxiety. In the Vedic system, mental distress arises from rajas or agitation and tamas or inertia. Meditation restores sattva, the quality of clarity, light, and balance. Gurudev often says the cure for depression is expression and expansion. The Sehat Samadhi meditation facilitates both. It allows suppressed emotions to dissolve and expand one's awareness beyond personal suffering. Thus, what medicine supports chemically, meditation sustains consciously, Jagadev.